Hey, Dr. Chris here, Accelerated Healing Specialist. So, how do we accelerate healing? We accelerate healing by getting rid of what's blocking us from getting well. I'm talking about mental, physical, emotional, doesn't matter. Blocking us from getting well is our own mind. We're living in a lie. So, we get rid of the lies, we go into our truth. Like one of the lies is, you cannot heal your body. Yet, when you take a placebo, it helps to break that lie and your self healing gets activated. It's always been there. The sugar pill did nothing. It's been in your capacity this whole time. Now, I was speaking with someone the other day and he's like, I am realistic and you are optimistic. And I'm like, I used to be depressed just like you. I was anxious. I was really depressed. And I was really good at staying there. So in reality, you see, I believe that consciousness is reality. I'm in a consciousness model of reality. And these people, a lot of people that are depressed, are trapped in the material model of reality. That would be billiard balls. That would be there are no miracles, as they like to say. I love to see the miracles, the synchronicities, all that stuff, the birds, you name it. I think all of life is a miracle, but whatever. This is part of how I went from depressed to joyful and peaceful. So, I get called optimistic as if it's an insult. Now, I believe I'm realistic, and I think this person is just pessimistic. And frankly, if you're watching this, chances are you're in that pessimistic mind frame. The toll that takes is it pushes you out of your happiness, out of your love, out of your authenticity, and basically has you living like an NPC, a drone, a miserable sot. You hate your life and your body hurts. So, why should you be happy instead? Very simple logic. So if you look, let's start with our baseline, the realistic slash pessimistic, because y'all think you're realistic. You're not realistic. You're cowardly. You're afraid that when you get the bad news, it's going to destroy you. So you're like, oh, I'll just prepare for it by being miserable the whole time. Bad things always happen to me. Oh, why should I? Something good happens. Oh, the other shoe is going to drop. All you're doing, you keep bringing this negativity into your life. You keep worrying. You keep trying to control the world by mitigating damage and not by pushing into the optimal outcomes. So, I'm going to play this game, and being a reality creator is being in the consciousness model of reality, where our consciousness is a co creator of our reality. That's also manifestors fall into that category. Not reality creators, going to be billiard ball physics type of world. That's going to be Big Bang and all that other stuff that, strictly Big Bang, no intelligent design. So, here's why being optimistic, as we call it, I actually think optimistic is realistic, but I'm trying to speak your language. So, being optimistic, let's start with pessimistic. Let's start with you guys. So, if you're pessimistic and you're not a reality creator, in this whole scenario, I'm going to say you have a meeting in a week, and it is with, you got a phone call from the dean of your school or something like that, or your boss, and it's like, we're going to meet in a week. So you put this scenario in your head. Now, if you're realistic or pessimistic and you're imagining a bad outcome, in the not reality creator model, you're going to be stressed and thinking about this all week. You're going to be running through scenarios and you're going to walk in there very fearful or with a chip on your shoulder. That will influence the outcome in the physical world because your boss will pick up on, or whoever you're meeting with will pick up on your lousy attitude. And people do react to people. So, not only do you have the bad outcome in that meeting, you also lost a week because you were miserable and stressed about it the whole time. You see, you lost that whole week by being unhappy, by being, as youth believe it to be, realistic. Now, let's say you're realistic, pessimistic, and you end up stressing and everything else, and the outcome ends up being good, and you're a reality creator. So you're following the consciousness model. That's fantastic. That's a win. I wouldn't encourage continuing that pattern because you still lost a week of your life stressing about it, right? And then you get the outcome. Now, if you're not a reality creator and you get a good outcome and you are pessimistic or realistic, well, that's fantastic, but you still lost a week of your life because you were stressed and obsessing over it. And if you're a reality creator and you got a bad outcome, well, we can say you still lost that week of your life. You see, getting this every time we're in that pessimistic realistic, you lose a week of your life. You're losing yourself and you're only imagining bad outcomes. So if you're a reality creator, you're imagining bad and you get bad, well, you're getting exactly what you asked for in that model. And if you're a reality creator and you get a good outcome, it could be that's how things are working out. It could be there's another lesson to be learned somewhere. It could be that somehow you managed to pull it off, even with the negative thoughts, you balanced it out somehow, but you still lost the week. So now I'm going to go to the category of optimistic and realistic, because that's really what reality is, maintaining the positive. What we put out gets reflected back. So if you're optimistic, but this is a billiard ball world, it's all regular physics, and you get a good outcome. That's fantastic because you have that whole week of your life that you would have been worrying about this meeting and you had a good outcome. So you kept that week that the pessimists lost because they were miserable and stressed. They're not sleeping, their body hurts, they feel like crap, they're getting fights with their girlfriend, whatever. The optimist, who's not a reality creator, gets the good outcome. So they have that whole week where they're happy and they're like, this is going to be awesome. And guess what? It was awesome. Now, the optimist who's a reality creator and gets a bad outcome. How does that happen? Well, I'll tell you what, sometimes things happen beyond what we can control, or sometimes it's the pathway to something bigger. And frankly, a lot of us, after we work on ourselves for a while, look at it and say, what can I learn from this? Why did I put this into my life? So now even that negative turns into a positive because it becomes a growth opportunity. And that's like next level stuff because that's really where true happiness and authenticity start to gain root when you can keep that even in the storm, because I promise you we're all going to fall. It's how fast we get back up. Now, the optimist who's not a reality creator, so that's like, this guy's a regular ham and egger, but he's a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. He still has that whole week where the pessimist was stressing and he gets to be happy that whole week. The crap happens. He's fine. He's like, you know what? Next time it'll work out. He manages to get himself up off the ground a lot faster. Even though he's not subscribing to my particular philosophy, he doesn't have to. That's not authentic to him. But he's in a better place than that so-called realist or pessimist. Still has that whole week in between where the initial phone call is, hey, you're going to meet with me in a week, and the event happens. That's fine. Water off a duck's back. He knows it'll all be okay. Because it always is. And now we have our best one, the optimist reality creator good outcome. This is the person who intended the outcome and it all happened with synchronicities, with coincidence, with bells and whistles in a way that exceeded expectations. Now, you can say whatever you want in terms of disagreeing. The comments are below. I have not locked them. Have fun with this. All I'm saying to you is there's no winning situation here being a pessimist. I know the argument. Oh, I'm better prepared if bad things happen, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Doesn't work that way. How many times has worry and stress put you in the right place? What you've given up in order to gain that security, you never get back. It's the time. It's actually your authenticity. It's all given up for that. There's no valid argument. Yes, be prepared. No, do not be a Pollyanna. But only give yourself a small amount of time to really think and dwell on it in a negative way. Instead, focus on your positive outcomes. Focus on your gratitude. Focus on the good things in your life at the time. I promise you, this is what changes your life. Depression, anxiety, all of those are habits of thought, and we have the choice to break them. So, Dr. Chris here, Accelerated Healing Specialist. If you want to reach me, I have my contact info below, level3coaching.org, all spelled out, and scarsdalehealth.com. If this helped you, like it, share it, subscribe. You guys have a great day.